Hi there, this is John Wayne Mercure, the Sonneteer, in beautiful, beautiful Chandler, Arizona. Endless sunshine, endless summer. It's beautiful here. That's why I'm living here. It's the Klieg light to the world. Chandler. It's wonderful here. I wrote a sonnet here, number 1313, John Wayne Mercure, the Sonneteer. The name of the sonnet is, Here's the answer and nobody's saying it. Well, I'm saying it. Sensei, that's me. I'm telling you. The name of this sonnet, it's the righteous against the wicked. That's what it is, and people are not saying it, all right? Sensei, that's me. I'm rereading a book, and it's a good book. I read it 55 years ago. The name of that book is Ayn Rand's masterpiece, We the Living. I read it in college and I loved its grim, brimstone description of communism, about the dictatorship of the proletariat making everybody a sheep, a slave, the slavery of the masses. Abort liberty, get rid of liberty, strangle freedom. All comrades, you're all the same. Who do you think you are anyway? Who do you think you are, comrade? You think you're better than us? How dare you? You're definitely antisocial. You don't care about the collective. You're anti-worker. You're anti-Soviet. You need to answer for your behavior. You know that? You have been reported. We've been watching you. We know about you. The job we give you, you depend on that job. You do what you're told, or be forever fired. Ayn Rand's masterpiece, that book, We the Living, is her autobiography, really. She grew up in Russia, Ayn Rand. Her young girlhood was spent under those commie rats. She was starving in Soviet Russia. Ration cards, never any food, living in short, there's nowhere to live. Living room, it's just gone, no place to live. Gun enforced thugs are running everything. The communists are running everything. No individuality. You're one of the collective. No God. That's important. They blow up the lavish cathedrals, and they blew up churches and mosques and synagogues everywhere. Why? No God. And erase the people. Butcher the kulaks. There's an example. 2 million kulaks were murdered. Yeah, shipped off and murdered. Hey, that's not a joke, getting shipped to Siberia. And then 5 million more starved to death. The kulaks, that's communism. The Soviets own all the land. The Soviets own all the jobs. The Soviets own all the land, the property. You don't own any property. You're not allowed to own property. Who do you think you are? It's a cooperative slave farm. It's a cooperative plantation. You'll take what the Soviets give you and like it. Shut your counter-revolutionary mouth. Wake up to do your Soviet duty. What we tell you to do. We will decide your duty. Ayn Rand's, she wrote another book, Atlas Shrugged. It's even better. It's about, hey, talents. You want to get paid for your talents. There's a guy in there that has a machine that will give free electricity to the world. He's like Nikola Tesla. And they stopped him. And this guy had this machine and he just left. So I'm not going to give it to you because you just want to make money off of it. And I can give it to people for free. And he left. And Atlas Shrugged is a tremendous book. It's considered the second most influential book of the 20th century. Number 1, the Bible. Number 2, Atlas Shrugged. Atlas Shrugged, it's about a Greek god. And he's carrying the world on his shoulder. And he can't stand it. He's been doing that forever. Carrying the world on his shoulder. And what does he do? He can't take it anymore. He's sweating blood. And he can't. He's too tired. What does he do? He shrugs. He shrugs his shoulder. And he says, I'm going to keep doing this. Because I'm Atlas, and I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit. And that's what that book's about. Not quitting. It's better than We the Living, and they're both fabulous books. You ought to read them, please. Godless communism. You have to know that. The socialist state is God. God is the state. And if the state is God, they can get away with anything because they don't have to answer to anybody. And Ayn Rand was raised in a godless society in Russia. And yeah, she talks atheism sometimes, but she believes more than anything in talent. Talent. Getting paid for your talent. Being free. Your liberty is so precious. And the communists, there's no God. I mean, who's going to judge you? The state is going to judge you, whether you like it or not. Sensei, that's me. I scream out right now, our great American Republic, the United States of America, is in serious trouble. You got to pray that righteous, religious pastors, rabbis, priests, they got to unite to fight this evil that's happening to us now. We got to fight the assaults on capitalism. We got to have capitalism. Capitalism pays us for our talents. That's America. Righteous conservatives, they're not even allowed to speak by democrats. You get shouted down. They make trouble. You aren't allowed to speak on campus. Righteous democrats, there aren't any. They're unrighteous, and everybody knows that. They resist all things productive. They just make trouble. They have their schemes. They have their evil little plots. You see it in their eyes. And I'll tell you what is awful. There's a lady, and I really like her. They shout her down. Her name is Lady Candace Owens. And I made a video about her last year. She's tremendous. And now they're after her unashamedly, calling their names. And they're Linsky devils is what they are. Democrats. The Democrats, they love it. Chaos, disturbances, riots, disrupt, attack police, attack peace and order, attack law and order. No, they don't want law and order. They want anarchy so they can be in power, so they can steal all the money. It's the righteous against the wicked. The righteous against the wicked demons that are seeking America's death. They want the whole country to collapse. Now you know out there right now, okay, in June 2022, it's coming up. And we can lose it everything because we lost our chance to speak freely. It's these people saying, no, the wicked are stronger than you, and we're going to beat you, and it's the righteous against the wicked. Yeah, but the wicked are winning. And Candace Owens, she's righteous. I'd vote her for her president. They're really mean to her. She's an incredibly dynamic speaker. Really good, tremendous. The jackass Democrats, they interrupt her. They threaten her. They harass her. They silence the truth. They don't want her to talk. They want to shut her up. They want to steal her liberty. They want to poison the voters against anybody that's a conservative Republican. All right? And it's awful. Hey, I want you to remember this. I'm begging you out there. Remember this. The Republicans freed the slaves. I think of that. And who do you think freed the slaves? The Republicans did. They gave you, the Republicans, due process of law. They gave you immunities and privileges as a citizen. Here's really something the Republicans gave you. Equal protection of the law. And that's really important, equal protection of the law. That's everything. And the law is not to be abridged. Now, my hero, and I'm telling everybody, I'm a Yankee Republican, a radical Republican. I'm sitting here thinking, on the news, I see all these people say you can't be for him. What's wrong with you? My hero? I shouldn't have to say I'm not. My hero is President Donald Trump. He's a patriotic capitalist. He wants to pay us for our talents. And the Bolsheviks, the Marxists, they hate America. They hate sacred individualism. They think you're part of the collective. You need to do your duty for everybody. We'll give you what you need. Those Democrats, they're not even ashamed now to admit that they're Bolsheviks. They hate America. They hate sacred individualism. They don't want to pay you for your talents. They want all that money from your talents to go to them. Sick minions they are, these Democrats. minions, lickspittles. That's what they are. Self-obsessed hatred for profits from talents. They want it to be, all the money's got to go for the collective, We'll tell you what to do. We'll tell you how to work. We'll tell you what we expect. We're the party. And the Bolsheviks now, the Democrats, are saying it right out loud. Bolshevism, socialism, Marxism. And the schools are full of these people, these professors and these high school teachers that teach us kind of terrible things. That capitalism is wrong, that you should not pay for get paid for your talents, that you should work for the collective, that you should be a good communist and do your duty, and be a good socialist and do your duty, and share everything, and you won't get paid for your talents. You'll steal everything. And I wrote this sonnet. Why? Because it is a righteous against the wicked. That's what it is. And people say it isn't that. Hey, that's what this whole sonnet is about. The righteous, the righteous. I'm talking all of you out there. You know who's righteous and who isn't. All around the world, you know what righteousness isn't. In your religion, you know that, right? You know what righteousness is. I'm begging you. Please, that's all I'm asking you to do. Be righteous. And I got this thing I got to read to you, and it's written for me a long time ago, and I'm saving it for the last, because it's kind of like dessert. Why? Because everybody's out there in the streets now making trouble, and they're saying, it's terrible, it's terrible. People are destroying property. Yeah. This is the preamble to the Bill of Rights. Nobody ever reads it. Well, I'm going to read it to you. This is important. The Bill of Rights. This is the preamble to the Bill of Rights, 1791. The conventions of a number of states having at the time of their adopting the Constitution, expressing a desire in order to prevent misconstruction or abuse of its powers, to prevent misconstruction, that further declaratory and restrictive clauses should be added, as extending the ground of public confidence in the government and will best ensure the beneficent ends of the government's institutions. Restriction, misconstruction, you can't do that. And the Bill of Rights says so. And then I'm looking at this here, and we got all these people now, they're rioting and destroying property. The law is everything. And they say, oh, we need more laws. We don't need more laws. All we got to do is be righteous. All right? And look, the 14th Amendment, I'm going to read it to you. Why? Because it's so important. And I don't tell you, the 14th Amendment, it's like sacred writ. Listen, listen, listen. Citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside, no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor shall they ever deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. And see, it's always been there since the Civil War. And they fought a civil war to free the slaves. Well, the Republicans are going to free the slaves from the Democrats who want to give us all the money, 100% taxation. Everything is going to be socialism and Bolshevism and communism. And they're doing that to us, and we can't sit here and do that. American citizens united, I'm telling you out there, you got to read the 14th Amendment. These laws are already in force. All we got to do is be righteous. And the police, we have to have police. Without it, it's anarchy. And you know right now why it is that the Second Amendment is so precious. Because we all got guns. Good. Don't just be standing there not able to defend yourself. I want you to be righteous. And I want you, maybe if you see this video, hey, it's not so hard to read the 14th Amendment, to look at it and think, you know, it's been the law all the time long. It's always been the law since the Civil War. They died for what? That we shouldn't enforce this? I want the laws enforced. I want everybody to be righteous. Clear around the world. Thank you for listening. God bless us, everyone. Au revoir, mes amis.